Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to my guide to Pandemonium Abyssos, the 6th circle on the normal difficulty. Being a normal mode raid, it's not that bad, but there are timestamps to skip around if there's something in particular you want to check out. This encounter is against Hegemony, who uses Deceit to jumble around her AoEs. Her basic room-wide AoE is Hematheos Dark 4, and her tank buster is Synergy. This hits both tanks and applies a bleed to them, so deal with the initial and follow-up damage as usual. Her first and really main mechanic is Aetheric Polyominoid. This summons 4 pillars that each pulse an AoE onto nearby panels. Any panel with the pulsing AoE is dangerous and will explode after a delay, so just don't stand on those panels. She'll then use Choros Ixo 3 times in a row. This attack will fire conal AoEs from her hands, either east and west or north and south. The first 2 of these will hit opposite sides, and the third one will pick one of the 2 possibilities. Just watch her hands and don't be in front of them. After a Dark 4 will be Transmission. This attack will tether 4 players at a time, giving them the Glossomorph debuff. When this debuff expires, it will stun the player and perform a conal AoE in the direction they are facing. Before the timer ticks down to 1, face away from the party and you're all set. Anyone hit will be zombified and do a little dance. Get zombified at least once for funsies. Next will be Aetheric Polyominoid and Choros Ixo at the same time. All this means is you'll have to wait to dodge the ground panels until you see which side of the boss is safe from Choros Ixo. Don't hard commit before you know, and try to stay close to the center of the room. Hegemony will then use Strophe Ixo. This attack will blast an AoE in front and behind the boss slightly off center before rotating in the direction of the arrows. Just rotate along the flanks and stay behind the AoEs as they rotate, or technically ahead of the other one. The frontal AoE will infect players with Glossomorph, so be careful about that one in particular. The back one does inflict a bleed, and that bleed does hurt as well. Next up will be Transmission again, though this time it will tether all 8 players at the same time. However, 4 players will only have a 10-second timer, and the other 4 will have a 20-second timer. Glossomorph works the same, so you just have to keep track of these timers while you're doing other things. The 10-second Glossomorphs will have to do it alongside Choros Ixo. Just ensure to aim the Glossomorphs out of the way while getting to the area safe from Choros Ixo. The second Glossomorphs will be stunned alongside Dark Ashes, which is just a spread marker on every player. Spread out and face the Glossomorphs away. Hegemony will now begin using Ethereal Exchange. This attack will change her next Aetheric Polyominoid to Polyominoid Sigma, causing the pillars to tether to each other. The 2 tethered pillars will swap spots right before the AoEs go off, so you'll have to stand in the spot where the AoEs will move, or at least where you'll be safe after they move. The first one, it's fine to just stand on any of the bad panels before they swap. Once they swap, they won't be dangerous anymore. The second Polyominoid Sigma will introduce pillars with all 4 panels around them as danger zones. Just stand next to one of those and look at the pillar it's swapping with. You'll use that to judge your safe spot. The third Polyominoid Sigma will have the pillars exchange across the room, making them a bit trickier visually. More importantly is the Strophe Ixo the boss will begin casting during the swap. Get to a safe panel and ensure you're also out of the AoEs, then quickly begin rotating once the panels explode. This one takes a bit to get used to, so especially expect people to get hit by this in the Duty Finder. Next will be a Transmission plus Aetheric Polyominoid. Nothing fancy here, just don't kill each other and don't stand on the danger panels. There are no swaps or anything with this one. Then you have Polyominoid Sigma number 4. This one only has 2 possible safe spots after the swap, so find the 4-panel pillar attached to the singular 2-panel pillar. Hegemony will use a Choros Ixos to hit one of the 2 possible safe panels, so you'll need to adjust which safe panel you stand on depending on which way Choros Ixo is aimed. Finally, we have Polyominoid Sigma number 5. This one is just a simple panel swap with 8 spread AoEs. Just spread out on the bad panels so when they swap, you'll be safe and spread out. This one actually replaces Sigma number 1 for the rest of the fight. Actually, from this point on, the fight is on repeat. They'll repeat Sigmas number 3, 4, and 5, at least, until you defeat her. She'll use the other attacks we mentioned in between. There'll be Dark 4s and Synergies, but you're now pretty much ready for anything she can throw at you. With your clear, you can win 1 armor token per week. If an Orchestrion drops, feel free to roll on it. It won't affect your weekly drops at all. And with that, that's going to be a wrap to my normal mode guide for the 6th circle of Abyssos. We will, of course, be doing a Savage guide when Savage is available, but it was delayed a week, so we have normal mode to mull over for a little bit before we get to that point. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for more Final Fantasy XIV videos. Until next time, take care.